Producing charts and graphics in a visually appealing and brand consistent way can take a lot of work. Venngage is an AI-powered platform that can do a whole lot of that design heavy lifting for you. Today we're going to be looking at their chart builder. It's AI-powered, it can produce a whole lot of different types of charts, and it's going to make your life a lot easier if you're a content creator or if you're working in any kind of environment where you need that extra design flair. And in particular, if you're working with brands and themes and needing to keep everything consistent as well. So we can see here range of different designs just on the templates page with some of the examples. If we log in, first thing we can do is we can come to the Manage Brand page. If you have particular color palettes and things that you need for your brand, these can all get set up here in advance. This is going to be such a huge time saver. Something that I really love is we've got the button here set up automatically and we can search for your brand. Let's try Microsoft, for instance, and you can see Microsoft's got a few different brand and logo sets for the different divisions. We can pick one of these and it's going to add all of the coloring, the logos, the brand colors. We click Confirm Brand. It's all going to be set up for us. Now when we're making our charts, all of them can conform to our brand standards. If you're a consultant or you're doing freelance work, we can just add a new brand kit. You can have all of your brands for all of your different clients in here. Super handy, such a time saver. Once we've set up our brand, we can come over to Design AI and we can get started with charts. So we can just put in a prompt and it is pretty clever with figuring out what we want, but we're going to be a bit more specific. We're going to click on charts. We're going to attach some data. This is the data that I'm attaching. We've just got some website session and social media tracking and then sales conversions. So I've attached that. I'm going to put in a fairly straightforward prompt. So I just want clean branded charts for marketing performance snapshot on website engagement. We can get really detailed here. I'm going to leave it on auto just to show you that it is pretty good with figuring out the appropriate graph, but we can specify here as well. So we'll hit generate chart and it's going to produce a pretty nice looking chart. So it only takes a second to knock something up. Here is what it started with. We can see that it's given us our line graph over time of the website engagement. Looks pretty good already. We've got a couple of little highlights on there. So lowest and the peak. If we click continue edit, we now have the graph within an editing window. And from here, we could change the brand kit if we wanted. We've got the option to search for other templates. When we have a template we like, we can save this template as well, so that can get reused looking just like this. We can add text, icons, images, elements, charts, all the things that you would normally expect. So we might like to add some icons, for instance, and lots and lots of different options in here for the kinds of icons that we might want to add to this. But one of the really fantastic things is that whilst all of that's there, we've also got the option of the AI designer. So we've either got the little robot icon down here or up in the top right, edit with AI. We click on that and we can just tell it to do stuff. So it will just change the bits and pieces within our graph just by going with text prompts. We also have a selection of AI tools here. There's the AI designer. We can access it there as well. We can generate images and icons. So if there wasn't something in the preset ones, we can generate more designs. We can get design feedback. So if I click on that, and then it's going to give me some feedback and it'll highlight things like if our fonts are too small, if things aren't quite matching, if it's not clear for the reader. So really nice to be able to get some feedback. You can see here that it's got a comment about readability and contrast and the visibility of the legend. Within this chart, we can click on, you can see if we click on any kind of text, all the things to be able to change it. If it's a chunk of text, we can also use AI to improve the writing there. If I click on the graph itself, we can hit edit chart and we get the data come up and then a variety of different things that we can change in terms of setup. All of these things, as well as using all of the pop-outs and drop-downs, we can use that AI designer to fix for us as well. If we like how this looks, then we can come over here. We can duplicate this page. We've now got 2 pages, and then we might like to change this graph, plot something else. And we've got everything set up nicely to be able to produce whatever other images we need for whatever we're going to be using these charts for. So rather than doing any editing myself, I can just use the AI designer. I can say, actually on page 2, instead, I want page 2 to plot a bar chart of website engagement by season, get that to run, and it's going to edit this page for me to show that. So now we've got our bar chart here on page 2. One other feature that I really love about the Venngage Chart Builder is if we come up to File, we go to Accessibility, and we can actually click here, check Accessibility, and it will run through our colors and our design. It will detect things like mismatched colors, fonts that are too small, things that are going to be challenges in terms of accessibility. We can see here we've got some issues with some of our text being a bit too small. We've passed the color contrast, and then there's a few other things here like alternate text if we have images. So this is going to be really helpful for anyone where accessibility is an important part of their design. I think particularly if you're working in areas like education, HR, training, you're producing materials for a lot of other people, then this is going to be really handy for producing good quality accessible materials. So this has been a quick demonstration of the Venngage Chart Builder. They have a range of other AI tools on here. If you click on the link in the video description, you'll be able to try all of these features for yourself. They're particularly generous with the free plan. You'll be able to have a really good test of several designs, see that this is a really good quality AI tool for charts and graphic design.